Hello, Ozarks. I'm Daniel Posey, standing inside of Studio C in downtown Springfield at the Creamery Center of the Arts. And joining us right now is Ashley Walden, Executive Director for Springfield Ballet. Ashley, thanks for joining me.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I also have to say thank you for inviting me on rehearsal night.
Yes, it's a special time.
Let's go ahead and dive into that right off the bat.
Sure.
What does that look like on your behalf and what you're doing this year that's going to look a little different?
We're trying to keep it as close to the normalcy as we can. However, we do have to take lots of safety precautions. So because we are performing at the Landers Theater, we're following all of their safety protocols. All of our dancers, all of our staff and volunteers, everyone will be masked. And the dancers will even be masked even on the wings on the stage. So the only time they will not have a mask on is when they're actually performing. All of the other times they will have a mask on. So it's just really important for us to be able to provide this beautiful experience while staying safe.
I can't imagine what it's like being in your position, going through the pandemic, and you're putting on a performance
Yes.
or two performances, big performances.
Yes.
What is that like?
We're still kind of learning as we go. We were looking at how much, for instance, disposable masks were going to cost us, and the sanitizing wipes for our 8 shows, plus dress rehearsal and all of the other things that we need to do to provide.
Now, talking about volunteerism, what opportunities do you have available right now?
Oh, here at Springfield Ballet, we're always looking for help. Our guild provides tremendous support. They help us with all of our productions. They provide us financial support as well, but the time that they put into all the pieces that we need for production is really, really valuable. We also have opportunities to usher at our productions. That is community-wide. We have several different groups, high school students, all the way through some senior groups that really help fill in those gaps for ushering, because that's something easy. You can take 2 hours out of your day to go usher and watch a beautiful performance at the same time. Any little bit helps. And so just finding an organization that you have a connection with, you feel strongly about, give your time, even a little bit amount really, really matters.
That was like a mic drop moment right there. Well, Ashley, thank you. And talking about getting involved, let's go ahead and look at a volunteer story right now.
Step back, escort again, hand on the back. So I have 2 children who take classes here, and so I slowly became more involved and got asked to help, move equipment or do different things like that. We have very active volunteers from our parents. All of us like to give back to what our kids are doing and what they're in, whether it's sports or ballet or other artistic activities. And so for me, that's definitely been the case.
What is a day in the life of for you as a volunteer then?
It varies. For our guild volunteers, we allow them to be as engaged as they're comfortable with. We have numerous volunteers who give well over 100 hours a year in volunteer times towards the ballet, whether it's sewing costumes or managing our boutique or concessions, organizing volunteers, all of that. It's a very labor-intensive stuff behind the scenes. And then we have others that join the guild, provide financial support, are advocates for us, but don't necessarily give a lot of their personal time.
What is your favorite thing to do behind the scenes? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
A few years ago, I asked my children, how they would feel about me and helping the ballet out. So it was a little outside of my comfort zone, but at the same time, that's probably been the most fun, is just to interact with the kids.
So was it well received in the household then?
They're fairly free with their criticisms when I do something, not up to standard. So.
Well, John, thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on this segment of Volunteer Ozarks. If you're interested in volunteering here at the Springfield Ballet or for any other local nonprofit, head over to volunteerozarks.com.